Hey there viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. That's a 13 Ford Edge. She's 8WD and it's got the big 3.5 in it, and the rear end is smoked. So here we are, folks, in the rear. It's right full of metal. It's a screamer. You drive this thing down the road, there's clearly not a bearing or anything left in it. It's pretty bad. I think to do it we have to remove the axle, so I think that's going to require removing the whole knuckle on this. I'm going to attempt to record it. We haven't had a good nuts and bolts video in a while. So we'll give it a go. We do have a used rear diff for it. Once the axles are out, it looks like it's a piece of cake to change. So we'll see. I'll look in service data, see what it takes to pull the rear axles. We'll get them out, and then we'll work on getting this baby out and see if the used one we have is any good. Here we go, folks. According to service data, you do not pull the knuckle. You pull the wheel bearing. They must not know where I live. So we'll see what happens. So in order to do that, we need to pull the brake caliper off here. I just ordered wheel speed sensors for the back because they're not going to come out. I'm here to tell you. I don't know where you live, but where we live, it ain't happening. I don't care what your method is. I mean, I do care, don't get me wrong, but they ain't coming out. Been down that road a few times. So we got them babies coming for the morning. So take them little guys out. That thing, she's a screamer. And then what you're gonna want to get yourself a chunk of cardboard. What do we need the cardboard for? What do you need the cardboard for, you ask? Let me show you a little trick my meemaw taught me. You take it and you have to do it 4 times. You fold it 4 times. Because I see this has relatively new pads and rotors on the back. Not done at SMA. But what you do, you don't want these to fall apart, so you just stick your piece of cardboard in the middle. Huh? That should be on the Lifehack website. Pinterest. Something like that. Because I'm assuming Big Nasty's going to be involved with this job. So, T40. I'll take that out, hopefully. Take that little guy out, if you still have it in there. Take the rotor off. Alright. Had to answer the phone and get a donut. It's one of the crappy kind. Jason buys the crappy donuts. Thanks, Jason. Now we gotta use 32 mm in the big ugga dugga. Whoa, 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 fella. That smells funny. And then what we want is we want a pushing apparatus. We're not gonna try to yank the bearing off, but we need to use this to hold the axle in. It should assist us upon removal, because it's going to be a mother lover to get off there. If you're doing this down south, just take the bolts out, pull the hub off. Anywhere's in the northeast, prepare for war. You want to go to war, Balake? There's that. I got my 3/4 inch wrench. We're just going to push in on the axle here, assuming it's not seized up. There she goes. And then just run it in until it stops. Don't put a ton of pressure on it. There we go. This will allow us to get to the bolts on the backside a bit easier. Plus, like I say, it'll hold a little outward tension for when we're whaling the piss out of it here in a few minutes. Now, if you do put a ton of pressure on it, you can actually split the bearing apart. You'll pull the outer hub off, which is what we don't want to do. And then we need to get a penetrating oil, not just any penetrating oil, but one that is proven to work. Which I think is a lie, because if it was that good, shouldn't it have ate through the can at this point? Oh, is he? Did you use the last one?
Yeah, I left just a tiny bit.
Oh, sweet.
You got it.
Did he already get it? Did you run out of paper towels, Josh? Yeah. Did you really?
I seen it well. I was hoping to be on home for people.
Oh, man, I don't know how you get it every time. Every time, Josh. Talk about bad luck. Yeah, I think one day, Jay, Josh might come kill us in our sleep.
Yeah, I will.
Over a paper towel. So now we're gonna zippy zap out the bolts on the back side here. There's one. Oh, she's a smoker. They're 15 mil. I know you can't see anything except the back of my hand. Never claimed to be a videographer. Or a mechanic for that matter. Well, you know what they say, folks. Fake it till you make it, right? I'm gonna blast her down here on the backside. It's not doing anything for us, but there's a part of me that just makes me feel a little bit better when we do that. Let's see if we can get up around here. If we do it by feel, nope. You're actually gonna have to move around the camera. Orchestrate it up on there. Come on. Oh, you're gonna pinch your finger. There we go. Whew. Sometimes it's hard working around the camera. It's kind of like the annoying customer who wants to just come stand in your way the whole time. It's kind of like that. Just slightly less annoying because you're not asking me a million questions that I can't answer. Now we're going to take and run them 2 bottom bolts in. Not all the way, but actually all the way. Then we're going to back them out a little. Whoa, 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 whoa. All the way in. Backed out, one ugga dugga. In. One ugga dugga. Okay. Now, at this point, we're going to run them in even further. You want as much thread contact as you can get because we're really going to be wailing on them. First, we're going to try the little wuss bag air hammer, aka the snap-on air hammer, because we've got a shake and brake for that. It's shake and brake, not help. AKA the shake and brake. So it's just a 1/2 inch shank. We're gonna put it on a 15 mil. Find a socket you like but you don't love. We'll stick it right up on there. Let me get my ear protection on. This is the part of the video I make funny faces in if you get to see it. Line up in the hole, baby. Alright, here we go. Nothing yet, folks. All it's doing is threading this one in, so we gotta keep backing it out a little. Sorry if I'm yelling, I have earplugs in. Alright, now, a little snap on, give her back to the child we borrowed it from. It's time to bring out the dog. And then you want to find, now just go find a socket you hate. One you don't even like a little bit. We'll stick that up on there. We don't have a shake and brake for Big Nasty, so we're just going straight old school air hammer. I think she threaded back in on me. Submit, baby, submit. I think we're getting closer. I hear the sound different. It's the sound of submittance. Oh yeah, how you like me now? That's right. Time to get up. Throw in the towel. Take you out of there. Socket's hot. Take you out of there. Bolts are out, hub's out. Big nasty for the win. Whew. We done won the war. Not the war against terror, but the war against the wheel bearing. Now, it may be in your best interest if you're doing this in the Northeast, just quote the job on, you know, wheel bearings, speed sensors. I was pretty sure we could save the bearings here. Big nasty's yet to be defeated. And that method honestly works pretty well. If you could get the axle out, I got a puller that hooks on the back of these, it just blows them in a million pieces and they come right out. So our bearing's out, no damage. Of course, we got to clean it up. Of course, it didn't damage the bolts either. For those of you that are questioning that, these are the 2 bolts that we used to remove it, so they're still in good shape. Heads of them are still good because we're just beating against the washer, not so much anything else. Just make sure you got them threaded in far enough. I'm sure there's an engineer in the crowd that's saying, son, but that's okay. Now we will grab the pry bar and we'll pry out the axle. As you can see, I've already pried out the other side. Maybe you can't, maybe now you know. Maybe now you know I've been lying to you this whole time and I've already done the other side. Why is my life always got to be like this? Why couldn't I have been smart in school and not been a mechanic? Kids, pay attention in school, okay? Trust me. You gotta trust me when I tell you these things. Now I gotta find out. I gotta plug my camera in because my camera's dead. You know what dilemma it is? Can we get past the speed sensor? Hallelujah, we did. So the thing is, folks, on the other side, when I was taking it apart, I wasn't 100% clear if the CV axle was going to clear the speed sensor. 95% of the time, they don't. So like a ding dong, you know, I figured, well, we got to get the speed sensor out of there, so I got the speed sensor out of there. Naturally, it broke because they are rotted right clean in place. So this side we're going to be able to reuse it. The other side we'll have to wait till morn when the speed sensor shows up. Not a big deal, they're relatively inexpensive. And oddly enough, the Ford garage only stocks the right side but not the left side, so go figure. You don't have to pull the shield off, but I want to for the purpose of cleansing. So this way here we can clean up the hole where the wheel bearing goes, which is much easier to do with the speed sensor out, but in this case, we're going to try to save the 30 bucks and we're going to work around it. Not a big deal because, you know, it ain't coming out. Now on the other, like the Explorers and stuff, or whatever ones have the ball joints down here, the Escapes, on the front, believe it or not, if you're trying to do the speed sensor, take your ball joint out and you come up through the bottom of the punch and you swear it's going to break it. Get a nice big flat round punch on the face of that speed sensor and give it one swift whack. Obviously after you take the bolt out of it. They come out every single time. Same thing with the Dodge pickups. Get them out of the rear back in place, just smack it with a hammer, swift and quick, and they'll pop right out. Doesn't break the plastic. It's amazing. It's the most amazing thing I ever tried in a fit of rage. It actually worked. And then I continued to use it like I knew it was going to work. clean hole. What's up, Mrs. O? Oh, you cooked lunch today, huh? Let's see.
By request. Here you go.
No, I didn't request that. I asked you for some kimchi and some
What would you
kale
eat?
chips. And kale chips.
chips?
With plantain muffins.
Muffins.
I can't think of and some coriander
Okay.
seeds on my salad
On your salad too.
of arugula.
Yeah, with some cilantro sprinkled
Yes,
on
but
top.
hey, if you got a number 4, that's close enough.
4, is that what you wanted?
What did you get me?
I have no idea.
I just know I need.
It's all the same.
I just know I need to poop today, and
This will do it for
yes,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. You ever made a decision and then immediately regretted your decision right after you made it? Oh, I did. McDonald's. Why McDonald's? Why did I say, give me some McDonald's, I'll feel great? It's always the same thing. So I'm pretty sure we've got to get the sway bar out of our way to drop the diff down. They come off hard, hot. Smoking. She's a smoker. Whew. So I legit just had a guy stop at the shop and ask me where his oil leak was. He says, hey, I got a Chevy Cruze and it's got an oil leak. He said, do you think it's my valve cover? I said, I don't know. And then he got angry and said, well, thanks for your time. And then he left. Do you have the car with you? No, I don't. But he did say that he went on Rock Auto and they were out of valve cover gaskets, so he's pretty sure you know what that means. And then that was the end of our conversation. So it's kind of weird, a little awkward. And oddly enough, that happens more often than not, particularly with the YouTube people that call. Kind of comical at some point. Let's see, I think we probably need a socket I don't have out here. And just wet that down. Front and back, top and bottom. Looks like a 13. We're probably gonna have to throw the car in neutral though so we can rotate this. So we got it in gear right now. Let me get a socket. There's one. Maybe we can reach the other one. Negative. Negative, Ghost Rider. This one. Come on. Get on there. Well, that one is a lot easier. Let's try to get a little straighter shot with this one. Not happening today, folks. Let's try to get on this other one. Can we get it? Oh, somebody's gonna get hurt. Oh, look at that. We didn't even have to put it neutral. I hope I took it out all the way. Lucky for you, I did. There we go. Now we just have the other one that we need to use. A ratchet on it. Oh, now you did it. Wasn't quite all the way in park. And then we spun it. There we go, that was easy. I'm sure this is probably stuck to the flange. Could be wrong. No, it's not. Get off there, you mother lovers. Oh, there we go. So can we let it hang? Yeah, it's got a carrier bearing. it's making noise back in the gearbox, but it is ugly when you drive it, let me tell you what.
Poop yet?
Where'd you get? No, I didn't poop yet, but I just told him that I ultimately regret my decision.
Yeah.
I was seeing your car hoppers you got there. Where'd you get them babies?
What about them?
You come clopping by like some kind of school teacher. Click, click, clop, click, clop. Hey, do you know what? I got a joke. What goes? Click, clop, click, clop, bang, bang. Click, clop, click, clop. Amish drive-by shooting. Alright, so the junkyard, when they took it off, they used the cutting torch, which would be awesome to do, but we can't. So, I don't want to mess with these bolts because they go through aluminum bushings. We're going to see if we can get the bolts out in the front of it. And what do I got here? A T50. Let's see if we can crack these loose, hopefully. They do go in aluminum. Oh, it's just going to snap. Oh, son of a pup. Oh, no. Here I am lying again. I didn't think the bolt was going to break. I thought the torque spit was going to break. Which we've got extras. Yes! Lover. Well, sweet. Those two came loose. Lotto ticket time. That's only 50% of them though, so we'll see if these back ones. Oh, hallelujah. Look at me go. Must be living right. Ah, crap. Here comes a decent. Let's see. Oh, no. No. Yes. Blue Octane, even though you can't see it. Take my word for it. We're going to leave the bottom ones in and try to get these top ones out. Maybe now you can see it. Can you see it? No, you can't. Whoa, good thing I left the other one in, huh? We'll leave that one in. I loosened up a couple on the sides while I was just talking to a fellow. I think it has a vent hose up on the top of it. I don't know where it goes. Round and round. Oh, it's got a quick connect. Well, I'll be jiggered. Alright, folks, I'm going to put a bolt back in the bottom here. I think. Yeah, we'll stick one back in the bottom just by hand. Now, I think we're going to cut it loose. It doesn't look that heavy or awkward. I could be wrong. Hey, first bolt I dropped all day. And I dropped it twice. Let's see, we got any bolts on this side? Yes, we do. Alright, we're going to kind of let her hang right there. I'm going to take the other front bolt out. And then take the back one out, see if we can't just let her down. Oh, I might be wrong. It's PPing on the ground now. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Come help.
Okay.
Oh, I don't need a bucket, I just need your hand. Hey, there's a second bolt. Or you can get my bucket. Oh, baby. Okay, come over on this side. Take that bolt out from the way. Don't worry, I can hold this all day.
This one?
Yeah. Alright. Something else hooked up here?
Look like it. Oh, yeah, you got a wire.
Oh, there's a wire. Son of a monkey.
There's a wire.
Has it got the tension off it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. No.
It does not. Is that good?
Push possible plugs to get to this.
My hand slipped just a minute. Okay, tell me what I gotta do.
Push up on it.
You want me to roll it or anything?
Yeah, right there. Let's see. Pop the electrical tape off and see if it releases. Huh?
Oh, this is quite a rigmarole.
There it is. Gotcha.
You got it?
No, there's a vent up there too.
Oh, the vent's already out.
Is that? Oh, that. Okay. You're good.
You good? Oh, now I should be stupid. A lot of metal in that oil. Okay, I think it can go towards the back. I didn't hurt the wires.
Yeah.
Well, if we did, we could just cut that part out.
Built Ford tough.
After this. Oh, I saw it was Ford tough. That's heavier than it looks. Okay. Woo! Let's make sure Jason didn't ruin anything. I asked him to unplug the plug before lunch, but clearly didn't hear me.
Possibilities are endless.
Now we get to open the junkyard one. They don't like to be called junkyards. I know that. Oh, she looks like a clean southern one. I hope it's good because we had to order it from out of town. Trying to send this stuff back as possible. No way to know. We should have looked at this one. We could have seen it had an electrical connector.
Alright.
Unplugged. Unplugged. Here's our vent hose. There's that. And here comes some more people. So we're going to strip this one down, get the brackets off, and get the ones they torched off. See what we can do here. So here's the good news, folks. We ordered it from out of town. And naturally what they've done is they've pulled the bolts out halfway,
Okay, we can check it.
gulled up all the threads, and then decided to just cut it off with a torch and ship it anyways.
Okay.
This is awesome. Awesome. A little bit pissed off this though. Just had to leave the camera off for a few minutes. Yeah. It's this freaking stupid junkyard we bought this thing from. Took the liberty of pulling out these bolts halfway, getting them all messed up.
They charge extra for that?
And then instead of just saying, you know what, hey, we screwed this up. Let's call Erico, tell him, listen Erico, the one we got, the threads are all screwed up and we're gonna get you a new one, or we're just gonna refund your money, you already paid us, and move on, have a nice day, everybody's happy, I'm happy, you're happy. No, instead they decided to just finish taking out with a cutting torch and say, screw this guy, let it be his problem.
So did you solve the problem?
Yeah, I saw the problem, but it just pisses me off because
Maybe it was more the employee didn't want to tell his boss, hey, I screwed this up, and then just hoped it wouldn't come back down.
well, guess what? Now he's on YouTube and 80,000 people seen that junkyard such and such, which I should totally frickin' expose, out of Pennsylvania. Where did I buy it from? I'm not gonna say the name of the place, but that's where it came from. Frickin' scumbags. So it created me a bunch of work. Then people didn't get to see me put it in because I'm over here being pissed off by myself for a little bit.
What's this video about? You complaining?
Yeah, at this point it is.
Ooh, you're gonna get something in your eye there.
Go for it.
Where's your glasses?
No toolbox, where they always are. It just sucks, people. I wish I could get away with doing crappy work. Anyhow, rant's over. We're back to being happy again. That took a while though to get that thing apart. I had to frickin' heat all the bolts up and get them out, straighten up the holes. Fortunately, they jammed them up like on the last 4 threads, so we were able to run thread chaser through it. And the bolts go all the way through, and I re-Loctited them. I put them on, and I had my boy Mr. Josh come over and help me pick it up. And I did not plug in the electrical connector because I was hoping I could do that after it was in, which we should be able to. Anyhow, at least I didn't screw that up. And if I did screw it up, the good news is they sent it with another connector, right? Huh? Look at that. Junkyard did me a solid there. Let's put the sway bar back on. Ugga dugga, ugga dugga. These I just got sitting up there. I didn't put Loctite on them yet. That's what I'm doing now. They're just in a couple of threads. So I just wanted to put it there. Josh is standing here to help me. I was in the grieving process. As I cleaned off that flange, we're gonna stick this little guy back up there. Get her line back up. I've reloctated the bolts. Now I did go through, grab my torque wrench, torqued all the bolts on the rear differential. Are you laughing at me over there? Oh, I thought you were laughing at me.
No.
Oh.
Why should I hear?
No?
No, alright.
Just telling the people that I torqued everything to factory specs,
Oh, alright.
just to be sure.
Well, as long as you did, that's all that matters.
I did, otherwise I'd be lying.
Alright. I know I always torque bolts exactly.
Exactly. I might have to put it neutral to get to this one. That's what we said last time though, we're able to get in there. So I'm gonna take and get these snugged up, check their factory spec on those, and then we've got to put some new seals in it. Now why didn't I do the seals what was on the ground? Because I was upset. And I think it's gonna be easier to do while it's up here and it's being held still. And I'm more calmed down, you know. Oh, let's see. We gotta take and plug the hole here because we want to clean that off a little bit, but we don't want to get all the schmutz down inside there. So we'll just kind of go like that as best we can. Well, schmutz. And then we need a scraping device. I don't have a screwdriver right handy, but I got one of these. Get some of the schmoo off it.
We only had 5 gallons of that antifreeze on hand.
Oh, okay. You gotta order some more.
It'll probably be coming in here now that I changed everything.
Oh, okay.
So we probably should, I think we'll wind up with another couple of cases.
Well, that's okay. It's on sale, so.
Yeah. And if you want, I can order a couple extra cases for you.
Yeah, no, 6 will do us for now.
Oh, there's only 5.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Alright?
Okie doke.
Alright, man.
Nap always trying to sell you something.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. I wish they were. Because then I would say things like, Nap is so freaking great. If you don't buy your parts from there, then you're never going to be able to fix your car. Ow. Man, I just hit my head like 5 times in a row. Alright, so we clean that off. Get some of the screw off it before you take and yank it out. Whoa, slow down, fella. Whoa. Didn't want to get any schmoo in there. What do I do? Shove a dirty pry bar right in there. There's half. There's the other half. Woo! Now, when you go to get these seals, there's 2 different options on the seals when you're ordering them from your Ford dealer. And by the VIN number and by the production code, you got no way to know which one. Way to go, Ford. Fortunately, for us, I just ordered both of them. Because I said, I ain't going to be that guy. Gosh, I hope this sure ends good. I just got this sneaking feeling in the pit of my stomach that I'm putting $60 worth of seals in it. And time and frustration.
Oh, at least you got practice.
Yeah, that's just what I wanted, some practice. This guy's already waited like a friggin' month to get it.
You need any more of that.
All right, and so these are the seals that are going in. We got these ones from Ford. There's a part number on this particular style. The other seals are dimensionally smaller. For what it's worth, in case any of you guys are DIYing this thing at home.
Did the other rear end have the same size seals or not?
It did, I looked at that, because if it didn't, then we'd have to have different axes.
Yeah.
I've got a piece of pipe here. Because you want to make sure you're hitting on the flange. Drive her home, baby. There she is. So make sure you are hitting on the flange. Don't hit on the face of the seal because there's this metal lip that comes up. Because it's actually a seal inside of a seal, if that makes sense. So the inner portion, I don't want to stick my fingers in the goo, but the inner portion of the seal actually turns in the outer portion here. So there.
Do these ones not break the covering?
And now we're gonna come slip it right in through here. Line her right up. Now here I've got to make sure we don't hit this speed sensor. That's job number one. Get her lined up in the gears. Get a BFH. There's a big one down there. We're gonna try to do a push and hold feature. Did she click? Not yet. I can't quite push in on this thing where I'm at. I feel like a real wuss bag here. Did it click? I don't think so. Because we didn't have that much room behind it before. It did not. I just need to let the car down, I think. Yeah, we just had to set it down a little bit, pry in on it, take the slack out of the CV shaft, and then give it a good thunk. Let me try this one. Almost. Oh, that sounded pretty solid there. Yeah. So there we have it, folks. Those are both in, locked in. They both rotate. That looks good. I did plug the electrical plugger back in for those of you that are wondering. Sucks I don't have the other speed sensor right now because that would be nice to put in. Alright, let's get the wheel bearings put back in it. Yeah, I imagine. Alright, so we're going to spritz this down here, folks. Don't forget to put this thing on. That'll just ruin your day if you don't. Stick this back up there. Like I say, the only reason I took the shield off while there's a lot of background light there, isn't there? Wish I had a professional camera crew because that wouldn't be happening right now. And if it was, somebody'd be getting fired. Sound like my old man now. That's what he used to say. He used to walk in the shop. Everybody's fired, you're all fucking fired. Start heaving things. Mean. I'm mean or a snake. Some days. I cleaned this thing up. Sandblasted it. Get some of the rust off. Make it easy for the next guy.
Liquid electrical tape around there?
Yeah, I think the can's sitting and I stored it upside down. Life hack for you. In case you didn't know.
We're upside down, huh?
Store it upside down, yes sir.
Use the lid for drying out, huh?
Yep. I'm gonna take
They work with pipe cleaner?
the pipe cleaner.
Or pipe cement for, PVC pipe?
Yeah, I think anything with that, with that style top, you just, the screw on tops, you store them upside down, keeps them from going bad so fast. At least that's what I tell myself.
Not just automotive advice on this channel.
That's right. I give life advice. Pretty much. Eric O, LC, life coach. Mrs. O would probably strongly advise you don't listen to me. So she's always telling it my kids. You really shouldn't take his advice. Or she gives me that look. When you say something you shouldn't, and they give you that look. So I just want to get a couple bolts started in this. A couple, 2, 3 of them here anyhow. And then we're going to draw the axle in a little bit. While pushing in on it, because we don't want to come out and whale that speed sensor. That's priority 1. Where's my socket? 6 rock and roll. that like that, you ding dong, you gotta take it back it off. Okay, back that off. We're gonna have to torque that down. I'm gonna go on the back side. We're gonna snug this bearing up, get that retorqued, do the same thing on the other side. Now for the boring bits. I'm taking, I guess it don't matter which way it goes. These guys must have thought we weren't too sharp, so they just put the hole everywhere, so you don't even have to line it up. So I'm gonna put the brakes back on the super boring bit. I guess the whole thing's kind of boring if you ask me, but keep making some progress here. We're gonna have to wait till tomorrow to drive it though, unfortunately. There's that one. Got our 2 bolts here. Don't forget to take the cardboard out of your caliper. Put a little blue Loctite on them. Should be able to slip this right down and around. See? And with all the air hammering, nothing bad happened. It stayed spread open for us. Slip that on. Trying to make life easy for the next folk. The next guy, the next folks that work on this. You're gonna be happy. Whoever's got to put the wheel bearing in this thing is gonna be like, man, you might be having a real crap day. You can go take this thing out and it falls out on his lap and might save a life. 258 FTLBs on this little guy. That's tight. I don't know if I got 258 LBs in me. Yeah, she's got one with like a 5-foot handle here. Let's find out. It's about maxed out of my torque wrench.
In your arm.
In my arm, holy smokes. One more try, little guy. Oh yeah, oh double clicker.
The axle up?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so I got the plug out of the back of that rear diff. It is dead empty, so that's good. We're gonna fill her up with some 80 dub 90 here. According to service info, that's what it takes. I got 1 quart here. I neglected to look to see how much it holds, or how to check to see if it's full. I did see there is a plug here in the side of the diff. I took and got that loose, took a T35. And I think in the back here was like a 5/16 Allen head. Oh, I don't have quite a good seal there, but that's oddly satisfying. As long as we get some of it in there, right? Come on, wiggle out of there, baby. And just like that, folks, time slips away and it's the next day. So here we are the next day. It's the next morning. I left off filming a differential. Something happened yesterday and then I walked away. And then next thing I know, I wake up and it's Wednesday. So I looked on service data. I think that's what I was going to do. I looked on service data. They tell you how much to put in it, but I struggled to find how you check the level in it. Because I see a drain plug or a check plug here on the side of the train or on the side of the differential. I see one on the rear. I couldn't find anything in service data about this side plug here or the plug up on top. All it says, if you're replacing the rear differential cover, they distinctly call that the fill plug, is to fill it until it's 3 to 4 millimeters below the fill hole, so about 0.2 inches or 0.2 of an inch. So that's what I did. I filled it up. Of course, it was level with the hole, so I pulled out this front plug here. Some more fluid came out. Not to what I would say level with this hole, but I ran it until I can measure down about 0.2 inches below the fill hole. I have to assume that's good. What the front plug is used for, I have no idea. And this was right in Ford service data, so that sucked. But it's full. Waiting for Napper to show up with his speed sensor. I'm gonna pop that in here on the driver's side, throw our tires on it, and then we're gonna go see if this is better than the one we took out. Napper finally showed up. Still no sponsorship. fire this pig up. I took and popped that speed sensor in. Not a big deal. Just had to run the wires up and over and plug it in. I'm gonna take her for a shimmy. Better put on my seatbelt. Hopefully it's quiet. This thing was screaming before, let me tell you. There's the old Roush Mustang. I don't know if I did a video on that one or not. I think I started to. Don't know if it ever got finished. Much better. Got some noisy tires on this thing, but nothing like the differential before was insane. All right, folks, well, that's it. The car seems to run and drive well, despite the noisy tires and rear tires are pretty choppy. But trust me, it's nowhere near as loud as it was. I don't know what cut loose in that old rear end, but it was right full of metal chunks, and it was a screamer. So I'm going to take the keys in, have Mrs. O write up this fella's bill, ship it down the road, get on to the next one. So why don't you guys get on down there to that comment section. You know what to do down there. Find us socials, Insta, Facebook, and whatnot. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.